Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Today is Thursday, October 30th, 2025, and Bitcoin is around $108,500. And I want to say up front that nothing has changed when it comes to my two lines in the sand. You can see we got right up to this 618 retrace the other day and got rejected there. And the last few days have been just nonstop red for Bitcoin. And so what do we do? Where do we go from here? Well, my two lines in the sand, the top line being that 618 to 702 retrace, the golden pocket of the swing low to swing high. The bottom line being the 50-week moving average, which is currently around $103,000. Now, what am I looking for if we were to break that to the downside, or if we were to hold it, I should say, is not that, a wick is fine. Maybe Bitcoin would even go down to $100,000 or even a little bit lower, but that we would remain above the 50-week moving average on a weekly candle. That's what I'm hoping for, that would hold a support. It's done that multiple times over the last couple of years. Last time was April 7th, that April 7th bottom. The time before that was September and August of 2024. And I do think that we are going to get down to this level now. And a lot of that has to do with some short-term macro uncertainty. We saw with the Federal Reserve that they did lower rates by 25 basis points, and they put an end to quantitative tightening. That is less bearish for risk-on assets, but the key thing that happened was when Jerome Powell got up and spoke, and he spoke about a couple things, talking about the uncertainty with certain things like unemployment and inflation, but then he also mentioned that an interest rate cut in December is not a guarantee. Now, looking at the CME FedWatch tool, which I'm not going to do that right now, but if we were to pull up the CME FedWatch tool, what you would find is that it's still very likely that they're going to cut rates in December. So assuming they're going to cut rates and seeing how this plays itself out, I would expect a move down to 103, the 50-week moving average, and that it would hold that. And then we'll see where we go from there. The two lines in the sand remain the same, and until something changes, my perspective is going to remain neutral.